In my previous video you may remember how I was having trouble with this board and these connections being very intermittent. So I decided to try and find out what's going on. Is it the cables or is it the board? This is a bag of DuPont cables which came off eBay, of course. So I'm going to have a look at these with a continuity tester. So here I've got my continuity tester, the little squeaky box, and I've got a cable under test, and let's give it a test. Can you hear the pitch? You could probably hear the pitch changing because these cables, as they come out of the bag, are very, very intermittent. Now I've had a look at this pin through a magnifying glass, and you can't see it here, but it's very, very pitted and a little bit tarnished. So if we take a craft knife and give them a good scrape, I suppose you could use emery paper for this. But you give them a good scrape, both ends, and let's see if that makes a difference. It's certainly a lot smoother and shinier now. Let me try the continuity test again. That's much better. Much less variation. So the cables are definitely a little bit wonky, but here's two that I've cleaned up, and we're going to use them to test the board. So I plug that one in there, and that one in there, and then we connect up the continuity tester. We know that the cables are now okay because they've been cleaned. But I don't know whether you can hear that. It's still intermittent. Let's try some more pins. Let's just randomly try that one. See, it's intermittent there as well. Try that one and that one. See, it's no wonder the projects are really intermittent. Now the audio continuity tester is one thing, but just how much resistance have these things got? Let's test it on a cheap digital meter on the ohms range. This is on the 200 ohms range, and I'm just going to test these connections. Five ohms. So let's move the cable around. Oh, 35, 41, 22. 16, 70 ohms. 38 ohms. Well, trust me, I've seen this actually go open circuit. Let's try a different pin. And I just stabbed myself with the test lead there. This is dangerous electronics, this is. 79 ohms, 77, 73, 150. Look at all those ohms. You wouldn't want that in series with your power supply rail, would you? There's 0.5 ohms if the test leads are shorted together. Anyway, I bought this board several years ago, probably 5 years ago, for a project which I never actually did. So maybe it's a duffer. So let's take those leads off there and try them on a new board which I bought the other day. So let's try the negative rail on that one. Well, that's a stiff pin. Stick it in there, right? And let's see what we get with that. This one's much better, look. There's no wiggle at all, no variation at all on that one. And just to make sure, let's try that one. No, that one's reasonably okay. Let's try another random one. The other positive rail. No, this board's okay. Now the old board's a bit of a funny colour compared to the new one, and I don't know whether it was a bit of bad stock or something like that, or whether it's oxidised during the years, but it's been stored in a nice warm dry bedroom, so I don't see why it should be off. But maybe it had water damage or something. But I won't be using this board in the future. I suppose the take-home lessons for this are, if you get these DuPont cables, perhaps a quick clean of the ends with a bit of emery or a craft knife would be useful. And the boards themselves might go a bit bad after a number of years not being used. I think it helps if you're using the pins a lot. I think it does help to clean them. So I have noticed with this board that the more I work it, the better it gets, but it's still, even so, quite intermittent. So there you go, dodgy boards. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Bye.